Hello everyone, how are you all doing? It's time for some more Decil Final Fantasy Opera Omnia, and this time I'm going to be taking on the EDA LD release Heretics, the December Heretics LUFENIA Plus. This time we're going to be going against the overgrown moth that was first introduced back in Rinoa's event. This is the Luffy version of that. So of course we're going to have the two twats on the side and the great big dude in the middle. And the LUFENIA orb this time is they need to receive either bravery or HP poison damage. Now, of course, most of the time you would expect that poison damage is going to require you to let them take a turn, basically. Which is not really what you want to do. If you can at all avoid it, you might as well just steamroll the thing and get it over with, in my opinion. But no, that's not an option, except it is, because, as a lot of other people before me were very quick to find out, Exdeath's burst effect actually counts as HP poison, and it's basically a follow-up attack that happens after every turn. Only it's like, you know, it applies to everyone, and it's just going to be pretty fucking disgusting. So if we're bringing Exdeath's burst, that is basically going to be our source of poison damage that is going to keep us from getting blown up by the orb, and then I can just bring in whatever the hell other characters I want to abuse the shit out of it and just rush the boss down. So I could have brought in twins here, but the problem is the two things on the side are just going to die instantly. And then you'll just be left with a single target against twins. It's not really what you want. So once again, I find myself running to Jecht. I have been finding myself using Jecht a hell of a lot more than I originally thought I would. In fact, I was like, I'd pull for twins. But I mean, twins just seem to have been like permanently cooked in all of these recent events, right? Like, last quest was like magic absorption. And this quest is like, oh look, it's a triple enemy wave. Yeah, except the two mooks on the side are just going to evaporate, and then you'll be left against like a single target. So yeah, it is what it is. I've been getting good use out of Jecht. I'm looking forward to Machina coming up. So yeah, I'm not going to stall anymore. Let's dive in and see how we do. Okay, so I've brought along Dark Knight Decil here because he's pretty much able to just drop his debuff on the enemies and just get the hell out of there. That is actually a bonus 20% HP damage, which is extremely, very, very welcome. So let's get up all of the debuffs on these guys. Maximum stacks of Kurasame. There we go, good shit, that is what we want. Could just jump straight into the burst. Which does suspiciously low damage for some reason. I guess these enemies, they do have decent enough like bravery damage reduction, but they don't really have any like defense to speak of. Yeah, you damn well bet your ass I've got Otherworld pumping for this entire quest. Let me just get up all of the abilities. Yeah, I wanted to give the burst themes some kind of playtime, because I mean we've all heard the standard Decil music like 1,000 times at this point, right? So you know, let's see here. Yeah, I might as well just literally switch out for Exdeath. Get his burst going. It's too bad that Exdeath doesn't have blue armor, but I tried to bring along as much HP damage increasing as I could, because we're just going to want to like focus all of our firepower on the dude in the middle. So I mean, 66k, it's not bad, right? It's not bad. It could be better. So it's a little bit of a delayed effect, but the HP damage here is going to make the orb increase, as you can see, and it will now be a simple and straightforward matter of just absolutely nuking the shit out of B. And yeah, it's definitely, like, I don't know, I have mixed feelings about it, you know, because like the last LUFENIA was, well, I kind of fucked up on it and I ended up taking forever, right? I can't imagine that anybody out there has watched the whole goddamn like fucking 30 minutes or however long it was. And I can't say that I blame you, because in your position I wouldn't either. But like, you get quests like that tend to take forever, and then you get quests like this, which is like you have to really try to like make it take any length of time at all. So like, you know, I don't really know. It almost feels like there's no balance, you know what I mean? It's like either all over the top or like really freaking straightforward. So anyway, speaking of straightforward, I just wanted to get the extra turn here. so I can jump into the burst. And here we go. I'm not using LD. I mean, I should have used LD, honestly, I really should. That was a fuck up on my part, but whatever. We are where we are. So we should be pretty much getting cap damage on all of this. We are definitely getting capped regen, so... I kind of want to let these things die off, so that when I use LD, then I'll be having all of the damage focused on the guy in the middle, but it may or may not work out that way. It doesn't really matter anyway, it's just pretty much playing with your food at this point. There's no way we can lose. But they're definitely not going to go down, are they? They're really not. I hoped I could stall it out by doing this, so that they would kind of like just die from Exdeath, but nope. I'm gonna have to go for the Triumphant Grasp. Oh well. We only lost like what, 100k damage at most. That's not even that much at this point. Is it just me? Like, I've said this before, but we are really getting into Disgear territory with the numbers that are flying around in this game at the moment. Like, have you even seen the JP side of things? It is absolutely bonkers. Like, really, really ridiculous. And I mean, I don't mind it. I like number porn as much as the next person, but it really kind of has me wondering about where this game is going to go. Because, I mean, like, have you even seen the state of Camlanaught's fucking force weapon, right? That it does absolutely... You just shit out numbers. Like, I've seen, like, Cyan's fucking LD do, like, more damage than several characters' entire burst phases. Just by getting the force number up to, like, a decent amount, the multiplier. So, I really don't know where they're going to go with that. It almost feels like they're... in between, like the characters that they've been giving burst weapons to, and the way that force weapons work, and just the constant inflation of, like, bravery values and HP values... It almost feels like they're kind of designing themselves into a corner at the moment. And I mean, I get it, right? You do have to scale the power so that people are going to want to pull for new stuff, because at the end of the day, it is a mobile game, and you do need to keep people interested. But I wonder where we're going to go from here, you know? Like, what does the future of this game look like? Because this is year 4 of the game's, like, global operations, isn't it? Which is insane to think about, really. I mean, I'm quite impressed that the game has been going for the length of time that it has. I mean, you don't really... Like, every mobile game that's not called, like, fucking Vagrant Order, you don't expect it to last this long, or at least I didn't, so... In that sense, it's kind of almost like a pleasant surprise, but... I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know where we're going. Let me just pop into the summon here and just continue unloading the pain train. I really wish Jecht's burst ability increased his HP damage cap. You know, like, that's one of the reasons I pulled for twins, and I really wanted to use twins. It's not just because they, like, vomit out damage in AoE, which they absolutely do, but it's also because they increase the HP damage cap, and they do it more the more targets are on the screen. So I really wanted to use them a lot, and then here I find myself basically spamming Jecht and basically never using twins, because it's almost as though the devs realised, oops, we may have made them a little too strong. Let's just, like, create a bunch of rigged quests so that they can basically not be used. Which, I mean, that's definitely one way to do it, right? It's the least creative way to do it. It's definitely a way to do it. But I don't know. I do find these, like, really simple Lufenias kind of like a breath of fresh air in comparison to the ones that, like, actually make you think. But I do still enjoy a challenge. I may be a bit of a smooth brain, like, I've not been playing the game as actively, so I am definitely not the most creative out there. But, you know, there's definitely some fun quests out there. Like, I find myself wishing that they would, like, do a bit more with Abyss. Like, we've not had a new Abyss quest in, like, fucking forever, so I think if the devs need any inspiration, you know, for, like, the global anniversary, then look no further than that. Hopefully they can do they can do something promising with that. And I've seen that they've actually acknowledged, like, the controversy over, like, high power pieces, or, like, high power stones basically, that you need for the force weapons. Which is good. I mean, they are kind of ridiculous. Right, okay, so I don't have my EX passive left anymore, do I? Final resolve. Oh, I do. Okay, fine. So I can still do Beast Rush. Okay. Alright, come on, let's get this mopped up. Let's get this over and done with, shall we? Oh no, I don't have the free turns. Fuck. Okay, never mind. It's probably a different buff that gives him the free turns on break. Maybe it's his LD buff, I don't know, I can't remember. No, that's still on there, that lasts for a lifetime. Whatever. Just smack him until he dies. That's pretty much where we're at right now. So I am looking forward to some characters in the future. I did get Ida, like, off of the free pull, but I'm not using her because honestly I don't like her that much. I mean, I don't mind her, but like, you know, she doesn't really stand out for me. I guess most FF14 players would probably say the same thing. I mean, I'm not in Stormblood yet. I can't talk about Lise, but I certainly gather she's not a favourite. What I'm looking forward to Alize LD, because like my mains in 14 at the moment is like Summoner and Red Mage, and I can definitely understand now why like 14 players say that like Alize is an accurate translation of like the RDM rotation into a mobile game, because I definitely agree with that, and I think it's pretty impressive what they managed to do. So it'll be nice to bust her out. She was always fun to play with. I like Turnstealers in this game too. And then we have like the unholy trinity of Burst Plus characters, like Zack, Ramza, and like fucking Snow. I want to put those three on a team and just see what happens, like just for the fun of it, you know. But that's one for months down the line. That's one for next year. Anyway, there we go. That is going to be my clear for the Ida, Heretics, LUFENIA. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Nothing too fancy, but it certainly gets the job done. So on that note, I am going to say thanks everyone for watching. I hope you guys all enjoyed. I hope everyone who pulled had some tremendous luck, and everyone who is holding their resources has a dragon's pile to take with them into the next banners, which in my opinion are a lot more interesting. And so on that note, I'm going to say thanks for watching, and until the next time, take care and goodbye.